you doing? This is the guy from Pittsburgh. Well, the other day I listened to Jimmy Smith's Fade to Black. And I like his program. I download them all on my computer. I'm running out of room in my hard drive. Got so much stuff to listen to. But I listened to it, and he had a guy on who claimed that 17 years ago, he was the Area 51 caller, the infamous Area 51 caller who called Art, God damn it, excuse me, who called Art Bell. And I'm going to play an excerpt from the famous call here. Give me a minute to get this up. And, because I heard the call live.
You're on the air. Hello.
Hello, Art?
Yes.
Hi. I don't have a whole lot of time.
Well, look, let's begin by finding out whether you're using this line properly or not.
Area 51.
That's right. Were you an employee or are you now?
A former employee.
Former employee.
I was let go on a medical discharge about a week ago, and I've kind of been running across the country. Man, I don't know where to start. They're gonna they'll triangulate on this position really soon.
Well, you can't spend a lot of time on the phone, so give us something quick.
Okay, what we're thinking of as aliens, Art, they're extra dimensional beings that an earlier precursor of the space program made contact with. They are not what they claim to be. They have infiltrated a lot of aspects of the military establishment, particularly the Area 51.
Okay, that's an excerpt. I don't want to get in trouble with YouTube or Premiere. But I heard the caller live. 20 million people heard that call. 2.5 million, 2,600,000 have listened to it on YouTube. That guy sounded scared to death. And at the end of the call, it sounded like they dragged him out of the phone booth. About a month later, Art gets a call from a guy claiming that he was the Area 51 caller, was all a hoax. And in the interim, he had David Oates on. David Oates reversed speech this guy and said the guy was genuine. Wasn't lying. So now that call is in 4. I got to do some math here. Bear with me. Where are we? 2014, 2007. So you take 13 years. 13 years ago. What the hell was that? 2001. There you go. 2001. The infamous 2001. That call happens in 2001. This guy in his basement writing a comic book nobody ever heard of. He claims he's in the basement with a bunch of boxes stacked up. And he knocks the boxes down. He's doing more sound effects than they had in Fibber McGee and Molly. Must have some setup down there in the parents' basement. Now you tell me a couple of things. The most probably listened to phone call in radio history. At least late night radio history. An infamous call and a famous call. You're some kid in your basement writing a comic book. And do you mean to tell me you're going to wait 13 years before telling everybody that you hoaxed a Radio Hall of Famer? And look, it's me, I did it. See, I did it. Look at me. And then Jimmy Smith takes the beginning of the call on his program from this guy. And then I don't know if he faked it or it really happened. He claims his computer goes down. His equipment goes down. He couldn't figure out what it was. And then they both come. this hoaxer comes on and laughs about it. They both have a big chuckle. Well, it wasn't no chuckle for Art Bell and his listeners. His satellite feed to the network went completely down and was down for a while. I sat there and listened to an excerpt from an older program that came on. And then Art came on and basically said, I don't know what the hell happened. It shouldn't do this. So he wound up taking other calls from other Area 51 callers. And the next night he comes on the air, and I remember the show, and he says, technicians come out. They checked all my equipment. He's got this huge satellite dish in his backyard. And also this gigantic radio antenna puts out its own power. And they said that a directed EMP pulse hit his satellite dish, the feed to the network. And that's what knocked him off the air. And in subsequent months, important guests were knocked off the air. His satellite feed went out at least once. I remember I listened to Art every night. So this makes no sense to me. Why would you come out now and say that you're the Area 51 caller? That's like saying you killed JFK, or you kidnapped the Lindbergh baby, or you blew up the Hindenburg. If you want notoriety now, why'd you wait so long? Now, I would like to see David Oates take this Fade to Black program and reverse speech it and analyze it. And I'm calling a Whitley Strieber, or Bill and Nancy Burns, or the guy at Jim Mallard at the Mallard Report, or one of the paranormal shows out there, to take this program and analyze both guys, Jimmy Smith and this caller in his basement, or he used to be in his basement, I don't know where he is now, and tell us if this was truth or fiction. It was lie or fact. And was there conspiracy to hoax a hoax? Because I don't believe it for a minute. Okay, this is the guy from Pittsburgh. I'll catch you next time, and hopefully this time, I had to re-record 2 videos. I'm starting on the second one. Hopefully this time I won't lose the sound. I got to find an alternative to YouTube, not to YouTube, an alternative to iMovie. And if you know anyone, any program that could be an alternative that don't lose the sound, I'd really appreciate it. Okay, free Art Bell, and I'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.